Okay, so this is when it gets really stupid. And this is Destin, Florida. That right-hand lane, everybody will get in there, and it's a right-hand turn only lane. I mean, watch how much stupidity comes up from this. And this is Destin, Florida, by the Walmart. And I'm heading towards Okaloosa Island. It is so messy. It is so messy now. Way too many tourists that moved here. Way too many tourists that are coming here. It is just messy, full of stupidity. This older guy in front of me, he's got to have 2 car lengths in front and 2 car lengths in back, and he doesn't get it. You got to scoot up in here to even get through Destin, or it'll take you hours. You got to stay right on it and keep moving when you have the opportunity to do so, because otherwise you're not, and it's going to leave people in the middle of stoplights, intersections and stuff. This guy doesn't quite get it. Pull the car up. I don't know what it is you're doing, talking on the phone, playing on it, or whatever it is you're doing. You need to quit it. Pay attention to this road. Because the next thing we'll have is people running across the road. This is where it gets super stupid, because this is the right turn on. Come on, Mac, let's go. Drive that car. God, I need to be getting in this left lane, because this guy's just full of stupid here. He doesn't realize it's Destin, Florida. There's no place to play. My mountain is so messed up. It's way down in the mud here. God, please hang up the phone. I can't stand coming over here now because it's so stupid. It's just tourist stupid. Get away from this dumbass. Never get through. So they're getting ready to make some changes with my Aunt Eleanor, my mother's sister, older sister, and trying to help them because they're going to step into what they call stepped into what and fell back in it. Care is gross expensive. She has to be in full care, and has been, but at her home. And she is not going to get better. And we're all kind of amazed she's still around. Her husband just passed away. Then he left everything to her. And that was kind of surprising to people. Come on, folks, better snuggle it up. Sucker. I did it for 4 years solid, day and night. And sometimes it's easier to hit the back roads. I had a couple places I needed to go today, but I got up really late, like at 2. That was not a good thing. I needed the sleep for sure, but doubt I was not feeling good. My heart was really bothering me. But on one of the second or third rounds when I woke up this morning, I went ahead to go back to sleep because of the gale winds. It was just going to be too cold to really do anything with the winds. And I think today's high is supposed to be 60. Right now it's about 3 p.m. and it is 62 degrees, but it's very windy, but not as bad as it was last night or earlier. The gale winds make it super cold, but it'll drop that temperature about 30 degrees. It'll feel so cold. But I didn't have my windows open as much as they should have been. I was freezing last night, and it's really unsafe to stay in the car if you don't have the windows cracked enough. I have my fans and stuff, but got 3 of them actually in the car. And I'm kind of amazed I got up this morning or this afternoon, because that was the temperature of the day, and that I didn't have the windows cracked really a lot. Very surprised I did not die. And usually I'll get up pretty early in the morning because people wake me up doing stuff around the car or whatever. But the alarm was going off all night long at the gas station, and I had to get parked far enough away to try to not be able to hear it, because if I had all the windows rolled up, I wouldn't hear it at all, because the car is extremely quiet. But you cannot boondock in a car without the windows open. It's a for sure way to die or get brain damage. I always like to have at least 2 windows cracked, because I like that cross, draft, because sometimes people just pull up next to your car and are playing on their phone, and that exhaust is just running and running and running, and I'm just not a fan of breathing exhaust. That's carbon monoxide for real. Poison, poison, poison. And I didn't get to sleep last night till about 1. I was trying to help a friend of mine on YouTube by hanging out on their live so they could make some money on it. And I just let it run. Yes, Roxanne, that was you. Okay, we're almost to the bridge at Harper Walk Village. The bad part is at Whataburger's on the right-hand side up here. But sometimes it can get ultimately stupid. I think I've had walking pneumonia for about 4 weeks. Got the car cleaned up yesterday on the outside. I needed to vacuum and stuff today to try to get the pollen out of it and clean the air system out. And I don't think I'm going to get to that because I have to work. I'm running really late today. I still get some things done, but I'm running terrible late today. See all these people, they're not supposed to be in that intersection, ever. Because this is the crossing path for people to get to the other side. Ooh, hurry up, because I'm about a foot into this crosswalk. Move that car. Let's go! Damn, drive the car. Idiot's not paying attention, just go. Well, this is about the worst spot right here, too. It's like being at the racetrack. You're the next horse to get out of the gate. You're trying to get out of the gate. So once we can get to the beginning of this bridge, then we're kind of home free if the traffic's not too bad out there. And can skate right across to the island. I mean, I've seen it worse. I've sat in this traffic and it took me 2.5 hours to get 10 minutes away in the afternoon. One year, going back and forth to the 2 locations from Harbor Walk to Destin Commons. It can be really exciting. Don't tell me the name of the old Jakut is East Pass. We're getting ready to redo this building. It's been vacant for a long time. I don't know what they're going to put there. They sure don't have much parking in the front side, but I think that parking lot at the back is theirs too. So that wouldn't be too bad. Please no lines to Whataburger. Okay, we're clear. Wires is slim, but a lot of people try to park there and go across the street to Harbor Walk so they don't have to pay the $10. Let's go, Mac. Drive that car. Freaking idiot. choppy out there. They've had small craft mornings for several days. Freaking wind. I'm trying to take pictures of this mountaintop. Speeding now so I can get around the dummies. I'm not normally a speeder. Boy, it is choppy. Oh, look at the traffic going into Destin. Joy, joy. Glad I'm not part of that. Let me skate around here and get in this lane so I can stay out of this passing lane, which is supposed to be reserved for emergency vehicles. Ooh, they're locked up in traffic. Look at that. Coming from Okaloosa. 3 p.m. Still tired. Store this morning. That guy was there that knew me from the other store in Fort Walton. It's so funny. He's like, I know you from the other store. I'm like, yeah, I'm all over the place. Look at the white caps. Holy hell. Look. You do not want to take a boat out there. You definitely don't want to go swimming. I mean, it looks like hurricane weather, but it's not. It's we have gale warnings. Last night the wind was blowing 40 to 60 knots, so it was pretty strong. And the car just rocked all night long. That's how windy it was. It makes you feel like you're in the middle of a tornado. You're not. Just gale winds. Real bursty, gusty winds. Okay. Well, we made it to Okaloosa Island so far. Look at the kite guys out there. You're a lunatic. Yeah, bring a whole bunch of other people out there with him. This weather's rough. Because they don't want to come out here to save their butt, because the water's going to be treacherous. How many boondockers we have at Elks today? If you're a member of Elks, you can boondock free. You have to call location. 1, 2, 3, 4 boondockers. You just call the location and make arrangements with them, and they usually let you stay there free. Sometimes they have hookups there, but each one is independent of the other, so just give them a ring and say, hey, I'm coming to the Destin, Fort Walton area, and I have an RV. Now, this is an RV resort, this Destin West, And there's lots of those around Destin and Fort Walton area, but more in Destin. But you'll probably need to call in advance because it's spring break for sure. But they do have a city ordinance for Destin and Sandestin. They just don't like boondocking, and they do that, I think, to promote those RV parks. Oh, better stop. There is a total hunk of Honda over here. This guy does bondo work like the first time I did bondo work. My brother said, looks like you ate the bondo and threw it up on the car. About right. I had taken a bondo and went down to my dad's office, and he had a big bucket of it. And so I read the instructions and was mixing a little at a time, and then I decided, well, I just better just mix it up. So I poured all the hardener in there and started mixing and started laying on this huge dent I had in this Buick Electra 225 that came with the car. And I started piling it in there, sticking rocks in there, anything I could stick in there to hold it up because it gets sliding down. I get it on there perfect. And then I primed it, and then I spread it with the paint to match the car, and it looked great. And then I'm standing there watching it sag because I didn't know how to do body work. And it was pretty funny because it dried like that. It was like sagging down the car. It was really bad. A $500 car that I paid for, and then the people tried to sue me for it. And I'm like, you can have the car. I have a brand new car. It's yours. Keep it. I never got the title for it anyway. I was a minor back then, so. But they did try to sue me, and you can't enter a contract with a minor. So I learned that years later. I was scared though. I was like, oh my gosh. Police came to the door, and I was like, I don't know who she is. I don't know how I slid out of that one. And those people, God, they stole from me terrible. The lady's daughter and her daughter stole from me terrible. I stayed with them, rented a room, and I was never there. Let me out of here. So I can get into Fort Walton and get out of this mess. Freedom. Can't stand going to Destin anymore. It's a mess. It's so bad this year, and you were doing exactly what? Not a good street to turn on. That's why it has double lines all over everything. I should have gone by the post, and I didn't. There were a lot of RVs parked at the Destin Walmart. They used to allow it, and they stopped it because of the city ordinance they put out. And it's mostly because the manager was furious at the Walmarts at Destin and Sandestin because tourists would camp out there and never leave and set up camp. I mean, like opening awnings and rooms and setting out barbecues and having parties in the parking lot and trashing the place endlessly. There's trash cans. There must be 14 trash cans around that parking lot, and the people will throw it in the ground. And you can literally drive up to a trash can without getting out of the car and stick your trash in there. But that's why those two Walmarts have the signs all over, because people trash it up. They don't want them. So they're forced to go to the RV parks, but most people think that they could still do it, but they learn pretty quick when the sheriffs come, because you can literally get handcuffed over that. There's not a lot of places in the world anymore that you can phone dog, because idiots have ruined it. Cells last night and today.